Everybody out there all across the land, we are right back here on HotlineRadio.net, the number one station on the net with the number one show on the net, Keith Harris. Of course, I'm your guy, Keith Harris. Look, long time coming, long time waiting. Almost a month and a half, as a matter of fact. We've been waiting on this gentleman. Actually, we haven't been waiting on him. He's been ready, as a matter of fact. So, let me apologize, for my long overdueness. But listen, we're really excited to have this young gentleman, this extraordinary musician on the line with us today. We're going to find out what's going on with him. What he's got planned for us in the future. We're also going to hear a debut on the Keith Harris show. Anyway, one of his tracks I think is hot. And without any further ado, I'd like to roll out the red carpet and give a particularly special drum roll for my man Warren Deiondre on the line with us right now. What's going on, Warren?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm cooling out, boy. I can't stop being busy, but I guess that's a good thing, right?
Right. Always gotta stay busy, man.
No doubt, no doubt. How about you, man? How you holding down?
Good. Same here. Same busy, 24/7. You know what I mean? If it ain't work, then it ain't fun to me.
That's right. Let's work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. So I know last time we spoke, we were supposed to do the show. I know that you were kind of busy. You was in, one place. I don't know if it was ATL or somewhere you was at, but you was just returning back, to town or something of that nature. You been on the road lately, or?
Right. Yeah, I actually just got back from PCB. I was actually supposed to do a show out there, and so my car actually broke down, and I ended up not being able to make it. That's a long story, but I actually had a show in Jacksonville with one of my homeboys, KC Tunes, and I ended up not being able to make it.
Oh, okay. No doubt.
Okay, still got a little vacation out of that, so
Matter of fact, yeah,
enjoy what you could.
Big shouts out to KC too. He was on the show the other day, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, doing his thing, man.
Homie.
So Warren, man, what's going on, man? Like, I guess first of all, let everybody out there know worldwide where you from, fam.
St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? 314 all the way. Born and raised in St. Louis, man. That's the only place I knew. I lived in one other state, Virginia, and it was for like a total of 6 months. Other than that, I've been St. Louis cat all my life.
Oh, okay, straight from the Lou, no doubt. A lot of artistry, man. Mad talent out of the Lou, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, there is. No joke, man. I salute everybody in St. Louis that's doing their thing or trying to do their thing. You know what I mean, man? It's hard.
Yeah.
No lie.
Yeah. Now let me, we'll I guess cut right into it, man. Let me ask you, what do you listen to anybody today, like rapper wise? You got any favorites you got? Like me, I know mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I do have to say, man, my top 2 artists that I listen to that are on my playlist 24/7 has got to be number 1 is probably King Los.
Okay.
No doubt. I just idolize that dude, man. Just the way that he values religion, and his belief in God, on top of the music that he's doing. He actually just put out a positive song, talking about, it's called War.
Wow.
And he was doing it for Baltimore, because that's actually where he's from.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's crazy that all that Baltimore stuff was going on right as he was dropping that song, but hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what, some cities need positive music, man. They can't have all this gang, killing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, true that. I mean, everybody got their story to tell, but it's not always for everybody to hear, listen to, and try to live and portray. You know what I'm saying? That's a good message right there. Everybody, whatever cloth you cut from is the cloth you need to remain on. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to jump over and be somebody else's fabric. You know what I'm saying? Just because you see this going on over there, or a few shorties or the few of the girls might think that's cool, and you trying to get with them, or your homeboys think like this, or you think that's the way to go. You definitely got to be your own man or woman and stand on your own out here. You know what I'm saying? And do what's good for you.
Right, no doubt.
Right. Now, musically wise, man, when did you decide that your music was something that you kind of wanted the rest of the world to hear? I know you've probably been writing a long time. It's in the culture. But when did you decide that listen, I got a story and I just want everybody to hear it?
Man, it was probably, to be honest with you, probably when I was probably about 15. I actually, man, let me think. Yeah, back when I was 15, I actually went to a show out here in St. Louis, man, and it was actually had, I don't know if you remember the artist, Pretty Willie. Yeah, he had a couple hits back in the day. He had a song called Lay Your Body Down. Actually, he did a show, man. He was coming back as like a positive type artist, Christian, if you say. Okay. And I kind of idolized like the type of music he was putting out. And I was like, oh, you know, there's, because back then I was like a church boy, you know what I mean? Right. So I wasn't all about like, you know, secular music and stuff. I was like, oh, I didn't even know about this type of music. And, you know, I started chopping up with him. And then, you know, over time, man, I just started, I was like, hey, you know, I think I could do this music stuff. I started writing, man, and then over time, man, it just started developing. I just kept working on my craft, man. After that, after I found out, you know, I have a talent, I kind of just took it off with this.
Well, what was the angle? What was the angle that you know, had kind of decided to come from, you know, in your music or in your lyrics, or, you know, or just some of the ideas behind your songs? You know, I know you probably got something for the ladies, obviously. You know, other than that, you know, what, you know, are there any other messages or what can people get out of listening? You know, when people drop that, when people drop that mix CD or that album in, who is it for? I guess that's what my question is.
Man, what I do is I like to do like, I like to have it for everybody as much as possible as I can, you know what I'm saying? Reach different crowds on each song, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to always, I feel like a CD that is just for one certain crowd will never be as successful as it could be if it relates to everybody. So in that sense, like I try to do, the one thing I always do is I always incorporate positivity in my lyrics no matter what, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to say, you know, look, you'll never see me promote violence. That's the number one thing. I don't promote violence. I always, you know, stand firm on my belief with God. That's just number two. And I mean, with it, man, I always do songs for the ladies, but I do songs for the ladies that, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, like, the song that you're playing, it's for Christian girls, you know what I'm saying? For girls that, you know, want to wait until they're married to have sex. That's what that song's about. Okay. But then I do songs for the girls, too, that may not sort of believe in that, but then they'll be like, all right, well, I want a man, you know, that's going to be down for me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You know what? And I kind of, because I, you know what? And I wanted to touch on what you just described right there. And I think what I want to do is I want to let the song play first, and then we'll go into that, because, you know, what you just said could like go so many different ways. You know, we're just saying it's, you know, it's for the Christian women, but you never know, like, some of these shorties is thinking a little different out there, might be able to use a different vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, or at least that'll make it easier on some of the men, I guess. I don't know. Right. But, you know, so okay. And not promoting violence, man. You know what? That's something that we don't hear a lot in music today. So, you know, big shout outs to you for really doing that, man. Let me ask you a question. Was it, and to you, it wasn't. I know it wasn't, because if that's, you're not making music that, you know, you don't believe in, and that's good. But for all the listeners out there that are listening worldwide, who that's kind of all they hear, you know, from your perspective, how was it difficult at all to make, you know, to make songs that didn't portray any type of negativity? And it's good that you did. Again, let me clear that up. I'm glad you did. But, you know, when you're a writer like yourself, and then, you know, you're torn between, okay, what's going to sell? What do people want to hear? Everybody's talking about money. Everybody's talking about ice. Everybody's talking about shorties and thoughts and all this other stuff. Was there ever a time during writing your songs where you said, you know what, you know, maybe I need to put some of that in there, or were you able to stand steadfast on what you were doing and what you believed in behind your music?
And with that being said, yeah, and that just comes down to, with being an artist, that's where your heart, where's your heart at? That's what it comes down to. Is your heart in the money, or are you doing it because you love to make music? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, you know, eventually over time there comes a point where, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to do music full time, of course, you know what I'm saying, you features and stuff like that.
Right.
That's just because I'm doing this full time, you know what I mean? But then again, I wouldn't find myself selling out into something I don't believe just because someone's pitching me money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
And that was kind of like, I heard Nicki Minaj say something in a song. She was like, I got $250 grand for a verse. Is it me or is it your thirst? And then that makes me think like, well, then again, you sold out to do a song that you weren't going to do in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you didn't like it. But then they offered you more money, and you're like, hey, okay, now don't get me wrong. If you want to do that, that's you. I don't ever knock anybody's hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go and get your money. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just not going to sell out. That's the type of person I am. You know what I mean? I've turned down songs from people that could have got me buzzed just because I didn't agree with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And I think nowadays a lot of times music is really that self-explanatory. It's not hard nowadays to listen to something that you don't agree with because it's so in your face, you know?
Right.
You can pretty much tell what it is that you don't agree with, but you know, hey, that dollar is real. And when they start pushing out them heavy but you know, I noticed that sometimes in songs. And I'm sure you've noticed it too. You can listen to an artist that you know is hot, lyrical skills through the roof, and then you might listen to him on somebody else's track, and you're like, damn, you know, they wasn't spitting like they spit.
Right, they kind of dumbed it down.
Yeah, you know.
And that's because they wasn't feeling the track as much as they are with the other stuff that they're used to rapping.
Right, and for me, I always thought that I understood that that's what was happening and the science behind it, but I never really liked it because at the end of the day, whatever you on, you want it to be hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, you want it to sound hot. So I just think it kind of takes away, from the whole song and the way things operate in general. But either way, for everybody out there all across the world, listen, once again, we're talking to my main man, Warren Deiondre, right here, and he's got a hot track for y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's spitting on it. The lyrics is good. The beat is fly. Big shouts out to y'all whole staff again, to the whole XMG team. But so this dude right here is doing his thing. I have to commend him. No fugazi, no karaoke star, none of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Certified official. So Warren, I'd like you to introduce this track right here to the whole globe right here on the Keith Harris Show, GN. And let them know what it is. We're going to listen to this track, and then we're going to come back and right now prove.
All right, check this out. So this song right here, man, is a very special song. I want to do something for the ladies, especially my Christian ladies that be in the church, you know what I'm saying? I teamed up with my homies ZG and Jay Carter. They shout out to them. I want to do something that really gives you like a radio vibe, but then again, you're like, whoa, it's a Christian song. So go ahead and check it out. It's called Proverbs 31, Girl. Hope y'all like it.
It's going down right here to Keith Harris Show.
She that go get them tight, real out of sight. Lady like, but yeah, she got her own sight. She ain't tripping off the Dolce or Gabbana, but rather showing off the father that's inside her. Yeah, and her persona is the hottest. Good background and the parents sit in the cottage. Wings came on her cause I swear that she the flyest. She the best one for my life, I promise I'm not being biased. When I met her, she wasn't tripping off the Prada or the Dolce & Gabbana. When I met her, I had to be rooted in Christ in order for me to find her. There was not another way that I could ever find her. This girl shines bright like a diamond. Above 31, she was made for me, trust her with everything, whoa. Everybody knows it. She's everything I need, and my heart is in her hands, and I wouldn't stand a chance. It wasn't Christ that was living, without question, she said you can get the step in. I know that I will always be second best to her first love, her creator. There's one thing I will never have to second guess, cause charm is deceitful and beauty fades, but she who fears the Lord is to be praised.
Worth more than a couple rings. Hey, don't trip. Off the whip down, better settle down and stay girls with your pound. She looking for that ring before she ever lay it down. Wow, where the guy, your man, she let it sound. Virtuous woman, she get it from all around. Not around town, rather in church being bound. Logo on the shirt that she misses right now. Wow.
Proverbs for the ladies, the Christian ladies, as a matter of fact, as he said. Where was your head at when you wrote that one, Warren?
Man, let's just say my head was in a different mind zone. I was going through some stuff, you know what I mean? But I had actually at the time found kind of like a godly lady, you know what I'm saying, that kind of changed my perspective on women, I used to say. So kind of about her slightly, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, over time, man, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, man, you can't have all this songs talking about, you know, girls and ass and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, women, what about the positive women, you know what I'm saying? Because they're, you know, they're hard to find, but there are women that, you know, want to save it till marriage and stuff like that, and they want a man, they want to just give it out to everybody. So nowadays, man, it feels like women just running the block. That's just how it is. And I was like, nah. It's because of the music that they're listening to be honest with you.
You know, I know, and I know the good girls out there. I know they're glad you made something for them too. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, because it's hard for them to have anything to listen to now, and it's even difficult on them because, you know, it's like some of them have to even think to themselves, like, do I gotta act like, you know, do I gotta switch it up and act like something else? You know what I'm saying, that I don't stand for? You know, just to be, you know, part of the, you know, the in crowd, or for a guy to even look my way, and, you know, just a lot of questions and things that they probably going through. And then there's that, but then let me ask you, there's that flip side too. You know what I'm saying? There's that flip side of the ones who want you to think all that good stuff about them, and bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I'm just saying, men got to step their game up, man. I'm just saying, we got to step our game up. We see women going lesbian and stuff now, man. Like, I'm done with guys, man. It's like a good guy. Every girl, let's go with a good guy because they think they ain't a good guy when they really are. You know what I'm saying? It's because the men that they dealt with in the past, man. It's like,
yeah. You
know, it seems like you can't nobody find love in this generation, man.
You sure right about that. You get your head cut off trying to find love, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like nowadays you consider the sucker on the block or something like that. You look for that, man. But you know, but still, you know, once again, though, I think it's commendable that you on a whole, regardless as to I think really the most important part to it all is, regardless as to whether it's focused on who's right or who's wrong, I think the good message that you're giving, which I think is really most important, is the basic general message of having some respect and making something that can carry on for generations behind. Because in my opinion, the generations and the people that's already gone in the mind, I mean, who knows? You can't really do nothing for them. But at least for those people who still do hold on to them values, you can, through your music, give them a reason to find out that there's nothing wrong and they should continue holding on to them values.
Right.
You know? So that's a good message right there. Now, or on a different note, you know, not really talking about love, but just talking about, you know, for the guys out there, those that might be going through the hustling game or just having family problems or different things like that. You know, are there also songs, you know, coming from you that can help keep them in a more positive mind state too, just on everyday life?
Yeah, no doubt. I always basically when I was raised up, like when I started working, I worked with a former Def Jam artist. He was actually signed with them when things went bad. And he ended up losing like everything that he was signed with. He had like 150,000, blew it all, and then the label crashed and he lost it all.
Wow.
So like when he always taught me, you know what I'm saying, with the values, always make sure that, you know what I'm saying, when you're promoting it, make sure you do it for everybody. Like I said, like how I try to make it for everybody. So I always incorporate songs for, hey, you know what I'm saying, 'cause I can't relate with, hey, you know, I didn't have my dad, or, you know, I never met my real dad, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like I understand the struggle, you know what I'm saying, I've seen everything. I was homeless since I was 16, so I talk about what I've been through, you know what I'm saying, and it usually relates to everybody out there, usually. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I've been through everything because I haven't, but I try to hit the key points of what I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes a big difference. You know, what about collaborating with other artists? You know what I'm saying? You know, other writers and things like that on the album. Any of those, or is this, you know, just kind of, you know, some of your projects? So, well, I guess before I go that route, have you dropped an EP or you know, a mixed CD or anything yet, or is that in the future?
That's in the future. I'm kind of reforming myself. I used to be strictly Christian. Now I kind of dropped it. I have a Christian EP out. If you look up my name, you can go find it. It's somewhere on the internet.
Okay.
Other than that, but you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know, I'll be dropping music here and there on SoundCloud, man, just different sites. I'll be sending it to them, they be posting it. So, I mean, basically, I just tell people, keep up with me on my Twitter. You know, that's the best way to hear when I'm dropping new sounds or when I'm featured on somebody's track or something like that. So, other than that, but I mean, I have the works of making an EP now. I got a couple big names coming up on it. I'm also working on Cardinals anthem for my city. I'm actually gonna have my Shine sing on. Other than that, man, it's just all in due time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just putting together the package and everything. Well, and some producers, I guess you know, you got a few different producers, or is it, you know, one or two main ones that you like to work with because they know your style, or?
This is me. If I like to be, I like to be, you know what I mean? But I focus on the couple main producers that I have out my city, just because, for one, man, you know, since I'm homie, you know, so I get charged less, let's just be honest. So, like, it's like, that kind of factors in, it's a money aspect, so if I could save $400 by taking this beat, I'll take that, and I like it, rather than hearing this beat I find on SoundCloud and end up paying $500 for all the rights, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of, it varies. Now, if the beat's so cold, I'm like, I gotta have it, man, you know, I'm always down with a different producer. I always tell people, send me your beats, you know, I have people, I have my team go through them and check them for me, and they know what I like, so if they hear something that's hot, they ain't send it to me right off the bat. So.
Oh, okay. Now, what kind of energy, you know, when you do, you know, when you you know, doing your performances or live shows, what kind of energy can people sort of expect from you?
Man, I'll say a hype in a way. I start off real. Like, I may start off with, like, introducing myself, and I start off just spitting a straight acapella verse, you know, getting them hyped so they hear that it's not just about the beat, but it's about the lyrics. You know what I mean? So I'll start off real, and then I'll come in with some hype stuff. You know, I might throw a couple of slow stuff in there. Yeah. But other than that, man, I usually try to keep it hyped, keep the crowd going.
Okay. Yeah, keep it turned up and everything like that. You know what I'm saying, to keep the crowd with you. How's everybody, you know, how's every, you know, a lot of people, I know it's hard to say everybody because everybody has a few left hands or, you know, haters with, you know, if you will, out there. But for the most part, how have, you know, the people from the Lou, have they been receptive? Like, I mean, how is the love that you've been getting from everybody so far?
it's like, I guess it's kind of harder getting their attention because they see me, like, they know me, most of them, a lot of them know me since I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, when I had talked about it.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like the most doubted, to be honest with you. Especially since I came up with gospel and everybody was like, first thing they said, that's not going to sell. And I'm like, I don't care if it sells. But basically, I guess like I'm starting to get more people's attention, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But I try to brand off into other parts. I wish I got more love for my city than I do now. But, you know, like I said, everything's in due time, man. So I'm just keeping patient. I'm appreciating the love I'm getting now. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what you just said is real, you know, in that form and fashion, because you know the game nowadays is or the industry is just so you know, saturated with what other people think it should be, and there's no down earthness to it, and there's no wholesomeness to it, but you know what I would say from the people that really do have a good sense of thinking and really understand what's going on, you know, definitely continue what you're doing. You're on the right track. You know, continue to make good music that's also timeless, because one thing I definitely say is with the type of music that you're making, it will last. Listen, you know, all the fugazery and the clownish stuff, they change, and they change from month to month to year. They come and they go. But one thing that's going to always stand the test of time, which is what we all know, and that's back to the basics. When the curtain closes on all the nonsense, the good music, the genuine humanity and way of life is what everybody's going to have to fall back on. And what I noticed about you as well as making that kind of music is that you still made it modern. You didn't take us, even though you kept that old-fashioned message, you didn't take us back 50 years with the sound. You know what I'm saying? You know, the sound itself is still up to date, so people can respect it and appreciate it. So, you know what I'm saying? The haters, you know, as you was almost saying, man, the haters gonna hate. You know, let them do their thing and stay in their lane, and you keep staying in yours, and you just gonna keep inclining it and do you. Everybody don't have to be in the same lane. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's talk about hip hop for a second, man.
Let's do that.
Hip hop is not what hip hop should be. I may be stepping over lines when I say this, but
say it,
whatever,
brother.
For all the people that be jamming a Young Thug, first off, that is not hip hop at all. I saw that dude wearing a dress, like in a picture the other day.
Oh man, real.
I was like, no lie. I was like, he was wearing a skirt and stuff. I'm like, this is what y'all think hip hop is? Some people starting to come to their senses. Apparently, he just got booed off stage.
I heard. Yeah. You know what, man? I'm glad you came out and said that, man, because one thing about on the Keith Harris show, man, we definitely try to keep it 100. And from time to time, I step on toes, and I don't really care, because what I'm saying is truth, you know? And it's opinion, first of all. And, you know, but listen, I'm going to have to agree with you, man. You know, hip-hop is not what it used. You know, it's hard saying it's not what it used to be, because hip-hop and rap music is what it used to be. It's just that the people that are creating the music are just doing something like I don't know where it's coming from. Man, we didn't used to have people wearing dresses in rap music, man. Somebody correct me, you know, call me up any day y'all feel like it and let me know I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm open for peaceful debate. But that's not what it was. It was about life. It was about struggles. You know, you had that occasional, you had some stuff in there about the, you know, the poom pow or the I'm going to take you out. But for the most part, that was if you disrespect me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
It was, nowadays, like, people do diss songs to try to get buzz. But back then, like, when it comes to Tupac and Big, man, the only time they did a diss song was when they felt like somebody crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? They had to speak about it because they rather have a music competition than an actual competition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of different when I'm saying, hey, you know, this is how I feel. Because they speaking it in a way I guess they didn't want to back then.
Right.
I don't really know how they thought, but it's like they came out in a different way doing it through music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But nowadays, people so quick to grab a gun, man. It's like that's not what it was back then.
Yeah,
you know
man.
I mean? So
I hate. Now I won't use the word hate, but it's discouraging to me. You know, when I hear music nowadays, and you know, I do. You know, I done heard songs, man, where I do this to your mama, and I could bone your mama if I want to, and your auntie, and you know what I'm saying? That shit is,
your grandmother.
yeah, man, that shit is whack, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's no respect in the game. You know what I'm saying? And again, but you know, there's that stereotypicalness, and in the industry, that's what's fed. So again, big shouts out to you and your staff, and I say that because, you know, you guys are an independent movement, and I think that's really important because you don't have to follow the suit of what everybody wants you to do. And at the end of the day, you can go to bed and sleep a lot more comfortable knowing that you stay you, right, Warren?
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? And yeah, but that's the same here, man. You know, hip hop and rap music almost never be the same. I can't even play music in the car no more when my kids in the car. You know what I'm saying? I got young kids, and I can't find nothing on the station that I can turn to for them to listen to, and it's sad because I want my kid, look, just like I grew up in a rap music and a hip hop culture, I want my kids to do what they want to do and like whatever they want to, but I also want them to be introduced to daddy's culture too. I can't do that now because I don't want my kids to think this is how I grew up talking about humping everything and everything gotta have ice. Man, that shit is embarrassing, you know?
Yeah, that's no. Yeah, you ain't lying there. I swear, if my car did not have an arms cord, I'd be riding in silence.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, before we get ready to get out of here, man, let everybody know, you know, are there any new singles you plan on having coming out anytime soon, or?
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. I'm the type to, like, I'll have something, I'll think I'm ready to drop it, and I'll rewrite it like 4 more times. So I don't know. I'm really about perfecting it. And honestly, one girl took me 6 times recording that thing to get it the way it is now.
Hey.
So I don't know. It happens when it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm shooting for my EP to release around July. Okay.
That's still fairly soon. Also, and let everybody know where they can check you out on social media and follow you and everything, and download the tracks and stuff like that.
You can SoundCloud, YouTube. I go by the same name on everything. Twitter, Facebook. Type in Warren Deiondre. WARENDIEONDRE.
All right. Shout outs.
Yeah. Matter of fact, shout out to everybody on XMG doing their thing, because we all have like a group chat, and when they be doing their stuff and they be communicating, I can see everything that they're doing and stuff they got in the works and stuff, and it's just crazy. Y'all don't even understand, like, it's going to be a takeover. Shout out to, man, the cats I look up to, like I said, King Los, Tory Lanez. Shout out to everybody that helped me come up. Karan Bolden. Man, there's Maestro Frio. Dude's probably one of the first cats from St. Louis to get on a local radio station. Man, just everybody else from St. Louis doing their thing, man. I salute y'all. Trying to make something of yourselves.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Man, listen, look, we appreciate you coming through on talking about the music. We got about a minute, so I got to wrap it up. Listen, we appreciate you coming through. Listen, also, anytime, man, I'm going to keep your song in rotation, too, if you don't mind. Also,
no problem.
All right. Also, look, brother. Anytime you want to hit me up, call me up anytime. Even if you don't come on the show talking about your tracks and your music, man, hit me up anytime and come on the show, man. Let's just talk about what's going on in the industry. If it come to your mind and you want to get it off your mind, man, hit me up and let's let it go right here on the show, dog.
No doubt, man.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Listen, Warren Deiondre, I'd love to have you back soon. We'll set that up and line that up, man. Hold it down. Keep doing your thing. Stay positive. We love what you're doing. It's glad to hear somebody doing something inspirational and not afraid to make the change. Big shout outs to XMG. Also, if you missed this interview and this conversation live, make sure you check it out up shortly just a little bit on social media. Warren Deiondre in the building. We love you a whole lot, man. Keep doing your thing. And we'll be talking to you soon, my G.
Appreciate it.
All right, one. Everybody out there all across the land, that was Warren Deiondre right here on the Keith Harris Show. Global Network, Hotline Radio. Good kid, good cat, man. Doing his thing. Make sure you show him support, show him love. Definitely try to support somebody that's doing positive, man. Don't let it be seen that you know, people like some haters will do. That if somebody's saying something positive or really about, you know, promoting something that's different than the negativity we see, don't get them the impression that it can't be done. Don't get them the impression that it can't happen and it can't work for them. Because that ain't what it's like. That ain't what it's like. Real recognize real. You ain't no G or no gangster just because you doing this and you don't think you doing that, man. A real solid person is somebody that stands behind what they believe in and can stand on their own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? So we need to show people who are willing to do that we stand behind them and support them, because we need more of that in this world today. All right, so once again, big shout outs to Warren Deiondre for coming through the show today. Whole XMG staff and everybody out there like that. Of course, I'm your guy, Keith Harris, holding it down on Hotline Radio, Keith Harris Show. We out.